a discovery that could change everything we know about our solar system, and perhaps, the very existence of life beyond Earth. Yes, you guessed it, we're talking about Venus. A planet that's long been a mystery, but recent findings have turned it into a fascinating potential home for life. Now, Venus has been studied by astronomers for centuries, but in late 2020, something extraordinary happened, a discovery so shocking it sent ripples through the scientific community and reignited our imaginations. This wasn't just another space rock being analyzed, this was about Venus's atmosphere, and it had scientists asking some very big questions. So, let's rewind and take a closer look at what happened. In late 2020, an international team of scientists studying Venus's clouds announced something that rocked the space world. They detected a chemical called phosphine. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal about phosphine? Well, phosphine is a highly reactive gas that, on Earth, is primarily produced by living organisms, especially microbes in oxygen-free environments like swamps or the intestines of animals. And so, when astronomers found phosphine in Venus's atmosphere, it raised an exciting question: could this be a sign of life on Venus? Life that could potentially exist in the clouds, where temperatures are more moderate than on the planet's scorching surface. At first, the discovery was met with great excitement, but as the dust settled, new studies began to cast doubt on the presence of phosphine. Some researchers questioned whether the gas was really there at all or if it could have been a mistake due to the limitations of the data. This left scientists scratching their heads, unsure of what to believe. But the plot thickens. Fast forward to March 2021, when a new study led by Dr. Rakesh Moghal of Cal Poly Pomona gave the original discovery a powerful second wind. The team reanalyzed data from past missions, including the historic Pioneer Venus mission from 1978. What they found was extraordinary. They not only reaffirmed the presence of phosphine but also uncovered something even more intriguing, a series of other chemicals in Venus's atmosphere that seemed to be out of balance, hinting at the possibility of biological processes at work. You see, the atmosphere of Venus is full of unusual chemical species: phosphine, hydrogen sulfide, nitric acid, ammonia, and more. What's curious is that these chemicals aren't found in the right balance, like you would expect in a lifeless, chemical equilibrium. On Earth, this kind of disequilibrium is often created by life forms. It's the very process that allows organisms, from microbes to plants and animals, to thrive. Could something similar be happening on Venus? Could microorganisms be living high in the clouds, exploiting this imbalance to survive? This theory is known as redox disequilibrium, and it's a critical part of how life operates here on Earth. For example, microbes in deep-sea vents use chemical disequilibrium to generate energy. Could Venus's clouds be playing host to a similar phenomenon? This new study doesn't just propose the idea of life, it provides tantalizing evidence that Venus could be home to a unique form of life, one that survives in the clouds far above the harsh surface. What makes these findings even more exciting is the source of the data, the Pioneer Venus mission, which launched 4 probes directly into Venus's atmosphere back in 1978. Unlike the telescopic observations we often rely on today, these probes gave us in situ, or on-site, measurements of the atmosphere. This gives scientists far more reliable data, making the new study a compelling piece of the puzzle. Now, before we get too carried away with visions of Venusian life forms, it's crucial to remember that the presence of these chemicals doesn't necessarily confirm life. There could be other natural explanations for the disequilibrium. The fact that life causes disequilibrium on Earth doesn't automatically mean the same thing is happening on Venus. But the possibility is enough to keep scientists, and the public, on the edge of their seats. Let's zoom out a little. Right now, Venus's surface is one of the least hospitable places in our solar system. Temperatures soar to around 840 degrees Fahrenheit, 450 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead, and the atmospheric pressure is about 90 times greater than Earth's, equivalent to being 900 meters underwater. So, there's no way that life, as we know it, could survive down there. However, it's the clouds, high in the atmosphere, that could offer a more temperate environment. Here, temperatures hover around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 degrees Celsius, and pressure is only about the same as at sea level on Earth. It's not exactly Earth-like, but it's not the hellish surface, either. Even more intriguing is the growing evidence that Venus may have once been a much more Earth-like planet, with liquid water, oceans, and perhaps even life. But something happened in Venus's history, likely a massive greenhouse effect, that transformed it into the furnace it is today. Could life have taken refuge in the clouds, clinging to existence as the planet's surface turned into a cauldron? Could Venus's clouds still harbor remnants of this life, or even new, microscopic life forms? There's so much more to discover, and we're just scratching the surface. As we reanalyze old data from past missions like Pioneer Venus and continue sending new spacecraft to explore Venus in more detail, the potential for groundbreaking discoveries only grows. The search for life in Venus's atmosphere is far from over, and the exciting part is that we could be on the verge of uncovering something truly remarkable, something that could change our understanding of life in the universe. As scientists continue their investigations, one thing is clear: the idea of life beyond Earth is no longer confined to the distant exoplanets light years away. It could be hiding in the clouds of Venus, just a short journey away. The implications of this are nothing short of mind-blowing. In conclusion, while the discovery of phosphine and other chemicals in Venus's clouds doesn't provide conclusive evidence of life, it undeniably sparks the imagination and encourages us to think bigger. As missions to Venus ramp up, we may one day uncover the truth. Is Venus truly a cosmic neighbor with a hidden biosphere? Only time, and more data, will tell. So, space cadets, that's a wrap on today's cosmic adventure. We've explored the mysteries of Venus, and there's still so much more to uncover. If you're as excited as we are, hit that like button faster than a rocket launch, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update from the world of space exploration. And remember, if you don't subscribe, how else will you keep up with all the latest discoveries and impress your friends with your knowledge of the cosmos? Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep your feet off the ground, and reach for the stars. Who knows what we'll discover next? Click on the video on your screen, and let's embark on another thrilling space adventure together. Until then.